Untitled. We are back with another review, and today we are checking out a different kind of TCG. This is a World of Warcraft trading card game, and this is Onyxia'S Lair raid deck brought to you by Blizzard Entertainment and Upper Deck. So let's check this out. So we got a nice wraparound style artwork here from side to side on this nice plastic clamshell case, which has a very tackle box style. That really didn't sit in there rather well. It just kind of slid out, didn't it? Tackle box style. It's got this pen holder for the middle. Not really sure what that's for. We got this side compartment, which looks about the size of a VHS tape, which has a separate cover on it that has these molded in compartments. Nothing is movable, and that holds your cards right there. And as you can see, the inside of this is pretty fragile. I'm literally just breaking it apart with my fingers. You know what I mean? Not on purpose, but well, I am doing it on purpose. But the fact is, like, falls apart is kind of garbage. Actually, didn't really hold up at all. This is about 12 years old, and the plastic is just, look at this. I mean, straight garbage. The case is just sloppily garbage crap. They probably could have used plastic like this, PTE, instead of this garbage, because this isn't even able to hold cards right without falling apart. I mean, look at that. Look at how easy that just breaks off. I wasn't expecting to break this case apart, but I mean, come on, this is literally just falling apart in my hands. I mean, look at this. Absolute garbage. This case is absolute garbage. It's literally disintegrating in my hands. Can't believe that. So yeah, Upper Deck made an absolute garbage product. This is hands-on review right here. No wonder why they're not around anymore making like legit cards or having good franchises. I mean, look at what their box turned into. Waste. An absolute waste. Little removable trays. Absolute garbage. So, for those of you asking, yeah. Wow. Look at how easy this is breaking apart. Pretty crazy. Yeah. Alright, you guys get the point. So, let's get rid of all this plastic. Alright, so put our decks back in there, and we'll get back to those in a little bit. So, yeah, absolute garbage. This plastic isn't the same as the plastic that was those inserts, which is fairly interesting, actually, why they use two different types of plastic. So, we got our oversized cards. We'll set those aside. We have our official rule book, which says on it, Challenge of the Black Dragon Flight. And then it has the logo on the front cover. We got the overview of the game. In this game, one player will take the role of Onyxia, and the other players will take the role of the raiding party. The Onyxia player will play the Onyxia raid deck, and the raiding players will play their own decks from the World of Warcraft TCG card pool. So, what's in the box? A 60-card Onyxia raid deck, a 30-card event deck, a 10-card treasure pack, a 3 two-sided oversized Onyxia cards, stages 1 through 3, 20 whelp tokens. Pretty cool. So the object of the game basically is, if you're Onyxia, you're supposed to destroy all the raiding opponents, and if you're the raiding opponents, you're basically trying to destroy Onyxia and deal basically fatal damage to that player. And as long as one of the raiding opponents wins, all of the raiding opponents wins, which is interesting how that is achieved in that manner, because I guess everyone is taking their own steps towards whittling down the enemy to that fatal blow. And then we got setup, we got gameplay here, we got some phases simply explained, which we're going to check out in a second. We got the event deck, we got the raid deck, we got the whelps, everything's explained here. Building your own deck, so customizable content, and then we got the treasure pack explained, which I imagine is basically the foils, or they're saying 2 epics, 3 rares, and 5 uncommons. So I imagine that's probably the goods that are on top. Over here we have the turn diagram, which is pretty cool, which explains the start phase right here, which consists of your draw step, the ready step, play new event on the event phase, add event to resource row. So I imagine you have some kind of resource row, which is similar to land, I guess, like Magic. Your action phase consists of your combat steps, is when you play cards, use powers, and make attacks. And then you have your end phase, which is the wrap-up step phase, which is the end phase, basically, of your turn. And that's pretty cool. You can have like a quick reference guide like that, if you would. We're going to check out some of these oversized cards here. We got Stage 1 here, and then on the back we have the full art rendering with the gold foil there. As you can see, the gold foil seal. We have Stage 2, which is pretty savage as we're getting into the ferocity of this dragon, and then we got the full art rendering right there, which is pretty cool. We got some muskets, it looks like. Then we have Stage 3, which is just utter domination, and then we have the full art rendering of that. Pretty cool. Very cool little set. I'm not sure how much this was originally, but you know, definitely I would say at least $15 to $20, I would imagine, for this. So we'll take out our cards, and then we'll move the case out to the side, which had those little inserts that were absolute and utter garbage. So over here we have some foils, it looks like. We're going to separate those into one little pile right there, and then we have all these ability, or I should say raid cards. We're going to put all the raid cards over into one little area right here. Let's see if we can get all of them. I think we got them all basically in one little stack right here. It's 20 of 33, so yeah, so 33 cards right there. And then in our other stack here, we have the Dragon Whelp token cards, which are all the same. We'll put those in our separate stack. And then we got these UDE points, which are basically a bonus content for, you know, the ude.com/points game. So basically, you go on there and you auction supplies, original art. I imagine you use those points to cash them in. We got the event cards here, so we'll check them out. We'll check out each little stack and see exactly what they're all about firsthand. Let's start off with the Onyxia'S Whelp, which is an ally token, Dragonkin, and it's the whelp. And we have the black side and a gold side, and they're exactly the same. As you can see right there, back to back, exactly the same. So there's your Dragon Whelp token. We got the events, the event deck. Pretty cool. 30 cards. And let's see here. We got Broken Ranks. You may put up to X target allies into their owner's hands, where X is the current stage. And then it's got some flavor text down here as well. There you go. Dragon Slayers event. Opposing allies have ferocity until your next turn. Kill the dragon, take a treasure, and live to tell the tale. Even a curmudgeon like Boris couldn't argue with that plan. So, you know, it's got some flavor text on there, very similar to Magic. And there's the back of the card. It's got the little logo and the map. I think we'll check these out, these UDE garbage points, which have all been activated, so I don't even think the website's even still good anymore. But yeah, you got some UDE points, which I imagine they give you for free because it's there on promotion. Got some foil cards here. Sunfire, Tricks of the Trade, Coordinated Attacks, Saffron Drape, Dragon Slayer Signet, Cull of the Week, Onyxia Hide Backpack, Lord Alexander's Battle Axe, Storm Rage Cover, and those are the foils that we had in this particular raid deck. And then we have the actual raid deck itself, which has obviously multiples of some cards. These are abilities, so we have ability cards separated out here, which like Shattering Scales, destroy all opposing abilities and equipment. So, and that's an ability. Or Bellowing Roar, stage 3 only, so I guess you could only use it when Onyxia is in stage 3. Put all opposing allies into their owner's hands. Opponents can't play allies until after your next turn. So basically it just clears the floor. And then we have, so abilities sound to me like sorceries. And then we have instant abilities. Instant abilities, that's interesting. Okay, so that could be like instants. How fortuitous, draw a card for each opposing hero. Okay, so that's like an instant in Magic. I can relate. And then these are all abilities. And then we have instant abilities. We'll separate these out and we'll see what different types of cards we have here. Ability, instant ability. Ability, instant ability. Okay, so prevent all damage that would be dealt to Onyxia this turn, so kind of like an interrupt is what it sounds like. And that's pretty cool, how it is very similar to Magic in that regard. And then you have the ability cards, which seem to kind of be like an equipment, sorcery, mixture, enchantment, kind of mixture, all into one, and they just called it ability. Like you got lava cracks, choose a stage 3 only, choose an opposing hero or ally and roll the dice. Onyxia deals that amount of fire damage to it. Repeat this process for each opposing character. So you see what I mean? It's kind of like, that would be more like a sorcery. And then you got tossed into the hatchery. Put a whelp into play for each opposing ally. Something like that would be, I guess, either a sorcery or something like an enchantment. Or an ability of an enchantment, I should say. This would be like a sorcery for sure, because you're dealing X damage. So like you got, Onyxia has plus X ATK while attacking, or X is the current stage. So if plus 3, it could be plus 3 attack while attacking, where X is the current stage if they're in the 3rd stage. So that would be like an equipment or like some kind of a enchantment on a creature. So they kind of lump those together. So that's a little interesting. So I don't know, I thought it's pretty neat. It would be interesting to play this deck against the described parties, how they describe it. I think that would be pretty cool to check that out. So if you know anything about Onyxia'S Lair or this raid deck, let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more content like this, we do TCGs every Tuesday for TCG Tuesday, so be on the lookout for that, and have a great rest of your day. Subscribe for more.